Hey everybody, Jake here and welcome to the hobby. I hope you guys had a fantastic Pokemon day. If you guys are new to the channel, then every single Thursday I catch you guys up on the latest Pokemon news that is hitting the hobby, and boy do we have a ton of cool stuff to cover, so let's jump right into it. The first big piece of news is, of course, Pokemon Day just happened. There were a ton of different festivities that happened across multiple different platforms, whether you were playing Pokemon Go, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Masters, or even the Pokemon TCG. There were all kinds of cool stuff happening all last week. The big kickoff was, of course, the Post Malone virtual concert that was happening right on YouTube. There was well over 100,000 viewers that tuned in and saw the whole entire concert premiere live. I wasn't too sure how they were going to do it, but I think they did a great job of putting Post Malone into this like animated form. It fit really well with the Pokemon theme. They really did the artist justice with how well they did his movement and actions. I felt like it was actually Post Malone walking around singing all those songs. It was a really fantastic showing all around. My only real complaint or gripe with it was that it was a little bit short. It was only around like 12 minutes. As soon as I tuned in, I felt like I was just getting into it before it was completely over. And all the Pokemon company said was that there was more to come. And I was thinking, is that like right now, or are there going to be other artists? But no, the stream just ended just when things were really starting to get started. So I was a little bit disappointed by how quickly it went over. But there will be a link down in the description if you want to check out the whole entire virtual concert. It did really well. I liked it. It was enjoyable for sure. The next big piece of news that we have to cover is that Logan Paul had his first edition base set booster box opening on the same day. I think it was not a coincidence at all that it happened on Pokemon Day. Really cool pack opening. More people tuned into the Logan Paul booster box pack opening than the Post Malone virtual concert, and the virtual concert was advertised all over on different Pokemon websites. So that really goes to show that Pokemon cards are not really a niche thing anymore. I think that a lot of people are collecting Pokemon cards who absolutely do not touch any of the other areas of Pokemon right now. You know, there are people that are collecting Pokemon cards that are not even touching the gaming aspect of Pokemon at all, which I honestly think maybe someone in the comment will raise their hand and say, yeah, I'm like that. I only collect Pokemon cards and I don't do anything else in the hobby, really. And that's totally fine. It really is kind of cool to see Pokemon card collecting grow into its own thing that is almost like separate from all the other aspects of Pokemon. And this is shown by how much more popular the Logan Paul pack opening was over the Post Malone concert. And you can still see that because the Logan Paul pack opening has 5 million views total and the Post Malone concert has 3 million. So it really shows you how separate the two categories really are right now. The Logan Paul booster box pack opening was just as fun. It didn't draw as large of a crowd as the first time, and I totally expected that. The first one will always be a unique experience. I think there's going to be like a dwindling effect with each booster box opening. They're going to be a little bit less energetic, a little bit less magical, but man, Logan Paul's on a real hot streak. Hate to say it, but I mean, like, congratulations to the people who got those packs, because they were some really fire pulls. I think in the booster box opening, there were 3 Chanseys, 2 Charizard, a Blastoise, a Venusaur, and a Mewtwo, and those are all amazing hits. Going off of recent sold listings, a first edition base set PSA 10 Venusaur is worth right around 20k, a Chansey is worth right around 30k, a Blastoise is worth around 30k, and the big boy himself is going to be that Charizard, and he's worth upwards of 350k, maybe even a little bit more if one were to be auctioned off right now. So yeah, really fire pack opening. I had a lot of fun watching the whole entire thing. Every single time there was a holo pull, it was fantastic. I mean, like, that was a really, really good booster box. If you think about it, 2 Charizards, 3 Chanseys, those are pretty much the best holo cards that you can pull. I mean, he pulled the whole entire trio. You got Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard in the same booster box. that could have been like 3 Zapdos and 2 Alakazam, and that box would have been significantly worse. So the first box that Logan Paul opened did really well as well. I think there was 2 Charizards in that one. This second box also has 2 Charizard, and I know he's got a couple more first edition base set booster box. I don't really think this luck streak can really continue, but it is driving more interest in the hobby. 5 million people watch a bunch of Pokemon cards being opened. That's pretty darn incredible if you ask me. And honestly, I don't know where things are going to go from here. Prices have actually sort of flatlined after Logan Paul's first booster box opening. Prices did jump up, but they did come back down as interest started to be normalized again. So I'm not sure where things are going to go after this second booster box opening. Prices might start to run up a little bit again, but I do expect things to flatline back to a normal state. Some people have asked me, do I think Pokemon card prices are ever going to go back to their 2020 prices? And no, I really don't think so. I think those are in the past. You just can't go back to those old prices anymore. Speaking of prices not going back to the way they were, the next big piece of news is that the PWCC also had a massive auction for all kinds of different Pokemon cards over the weekend. There were a ton of stack listings, and honestly, I hope you guys got some cool cards. If you purchased any cards or got any of the PWCC auction bid winnings, let me know and I would love to hear about it. I love cheering you guys on when you guys collect some new cool Pokemon cards. The big one that was sold was a PSA 7 Illustrator Pikachu, which sold for $375,000 over the weekend. An enormous price for a Illustrator Pikachu card, and it well deserving of that spot. PSA 7 is a kind of a low grade for the Illustrator Pikachu. It's still near mint. PSA 7 is not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it's certainly a little bit low. Most people, when they are collecting trophy cards, and we're talking about very, very rich collectors here, they much want the best cards that they can get. And the best Illustrator Pikachu card is a PSA 9. That's the highest grade that any Illustrator Pikachu card has gone, which is an incredible grade. So most collectors are chasing after that PSA 9. A PSA 9 Illustrator Pikachu is currently worth right around, I would say 900K to 1 mil, maybe even a little bit higher if you can find one that is willing to be sold for any near of those prices. But this is a PSA 7, a little bit lower on the grade, and it sold for 375K, which is a tremendous amount of money for a Pokemon card. You gotta think about it that way. But even then, I don't think that made a lot of headline news. If this card were to be sold in 2019, an Illustrator Pikachu PSA 9 would sell for around 100K to maybe like 150K, and that would make headline news for pretty much every single news station, every single news article, blogs, whatever, would be talking about it. But here we have a PSA 7 Illustrator Pikachu sold, and I think it's not that big of a deal. Most people would say, oh yeah, PSA 7, 375K for a Pokemon card, that's normal. We just see prices like that thrown around everywhere nowadays, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. It is a big deal for me because that is a very expensive Pokemon card, and it's well deserving of the spot as the peak of the mountain and the holy grail of pretty much all Pokemon cards. There were other auctions sold as well. I think there were some trophy cards which went for right around 100K, but yeah, this Illustrator Pikachu auction really outshined any of the other ones. However, if you guys want any of the auctions, then let me know. I would love to hear about it. The next big piece of news is that there is going to be some upcoming Japanese promotional boxes. These are fan favorite for me personally. I really enjoy these boxes. They're cool to display and they tend to have some really attractive artwork. There's going to be some upcoming exclusive ones, so I want you guys to be the first to hear about it. The first box that you guys will find is a Klara and Avery box released with the upcoming Japanese booster set, Twin Fighter or Double Fighter. The translation is a little bit wishy-washy, but it's going to be a really cool box. The box features the rivals from the Sword and Shield expansion, Klara and Avery. They're going to feature the Galarian Slowking, the Galarian Slowbro. I think those are the cards that are, or the artworks that are going to be featured on the box. I think the box is going to be pretty cool. Inside the box, you will find deck box, 2 sets of sleeves, as well as a booster box for Twin Fighter or Double Fighter. It's going to be a really solid purchase if you're looking for some upcoming Japanese booster boxes for your display. The next Japanese promotional box that's going to be coming out after that is going to be much more popular, and it's going to be related to Eevee and the Eevee Heroes set. This promotional box will feature a brilliant artwork on the box, which has Eevee as well as all of the evolutions lounging around or playing somewhere within the artwork. It's going to be interesting to turn that box around and find all of the different Eevees on the box. This is going to be an extremely hot promotional box. I can tell you right away as soon as I saw it, this one is going to be a hot ticket item. You have a couple of months to save up for it. It won't be released in Japan until May 28th. That is 3 months away, so there's plenty of time to find pre-orders and snag yourself a copy for an affordable price before things start to climb, because I can swear to you, this is going to be an extremely hot box, no doubt about it. Eevee Heroes is already a really exciting set. A lot of fans are really excited for this set because it's such a strong theme. Now, this promotional box will contain 2 booster boxes of Eevee Heroes inside of it, as well as a deck box, sleeves, and an unknown promotional VMAX card. This VMAX card will most likely feature Eevee or the evolutions in some way or form. My best guess, and this one is the one that I'm the most excited about, it will send shivers down my spine, and that is an Eevee VMAX card that somehow features all of the evolutions in the artwork. They've done this a couple of times with different cards before. The most recognizable one I can think of is a Pikachu card, which features a bunch of different Pikachus in the artwork, and I think they can do that with Eevee. So this card, if that's what they're going for, is somehow have an Eevee VMAX with a whole bunch of different evolutions inside the artwork, is going to be fantastic. That's my best dream, you know, dream state. I don't think that's what's going to happen. It'll probably be VMAX of one of the evolutions, which I think would be a little bit more boring, but still an extremely desirable box no matter how you look at it. With 2 booster boxes inside of this promotional box, it's not going to be cheap. It's going to be very expensive. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is easily going to be a $200 to $300 purchase if you're buying off like eBay, Plaza Japan, or any of the other sites that they're available on. So it's going to be a little bit expensive, but you have 3 months to plan for it. So if this is a promotional box that you want to display, if this is a box that you would like to collect, then plan ahead. This is your first warning that it's going to be coming out soon. So yeah, definitely check it out if you're interested in this promotional box at all. Alright everybody, that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. As you guys can tell, I am currently inside of my new studio. I really like it. I'm still working around with some of the display, but I like the setup. It's a lot more room, and I get to display a lot more collectibles going forward. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to share with you guys some cool stuff that's gonna be shown off in the background. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.